All right. Hello, guys, gals, and non-binary pals, and welcome to this Sunday edition of my stream. I have a new mic. Please let me know if the mic is getting weird because I know that the audio is getting a little bit overblown with the other mic. I have now moved my good microphone over here. It'll be going back and forth between where I record audiobooks and what I'm doing here. It's a thing. I'm just gonna hang out with this cool music for a little while because why not? It's fun. And because I sat down at my computer desk, Sherlock immediately wants my attention. So if you hear bumps and stuff or see things bumping, Sherlock, could you not, sir? Jerk. Sir. He is very handsome, and that's how he gets away with things, and he knows it. Today we are drinking Tamir chai because we do love our puns around here. And yeah, I like chai. Chai is tasty. All right, you need to get down. He tried to headbutt my hand as I was putting my tea down, and that is how we get spills, because he is not always the best at gauging the fact that there's liquid in what I'm handling. Thanks, buddy. Love ya. All right, shall we jump over to the game? Just hop on over there. All right, so once again, we're playing Vampire Survivors, which it's a fun, silly game, and it's fun to just hang out and chat with people while I keep my hands busy with a game. Why not? I'm gonna start with Imelda because she's one of the oldest ones, and I never really played with her, or at least I never finished Mad Forest with her, which that's a thing. So let's just start with her. Let's see. Ooh. This one's fun. Let's do that. I have turned down some of the sound effects on this just because they can get ridiculously loud. Let me know if music and stuff is also too loud. Because, we endeavor to not completely drown me out. I'm sure some people wouldn't mind me being drowned out, but All right, let's see what we have going on. I'll try to get the gun fully updated. Why not? That's fun. So, anyone have any fun Sunday plans? I'm going to be going into the city in a few hours to go and see a show. I'm excited about that. That'll be fun. Meeting up with a friend. We're going to go see a show, get some dinner in the city, go out on the town. Why not? I haven't gone out and seen a show in some time, so it's definitely something that I need to do more of. But I'm bad at going to the theater or any events like that on my own. And I don't like it. So when other people are looking at doing stuff and they tell me what's going on with them, I'm much more likely to do it. Just kind of the way of it. I didn't used to do that, though. I used to go to the movie theater by myself once a week just to get out of the house and see whatever was going on in the big theater. That's actually how I saw one of my absolute favorite movies with absolutely no comprehension of what I was going to get into. That was Kingsman: The Secret Service. That all I knew about that film from the beginning was Colin Farrell was in a three-piece suit. That's it. That's all I knew, because I made a habit of going to the movie theater once a week just to see something, and just like, because I worked the grave shift, so it would be what is showing at around the time that I woke up and looked interesting. I saw Ex Machina that way. I saw Chappie that way. Chappie, which I still hold, is the strongest argument that the universe could give that Hugh Jackman should have played Javert instead of Jean Valjean in the Les Mis movie. Not that that would have made that movie better, but at least the characterization would have been more interesting. But I also truly loathe that movie, so... But yeah, I saw a lot of movies that way. Then those who know that I don't watch movies may find that astonishing. I don't know what it was. I think it was because it wasn't, I am sitting down at my house to watch a movie, and so I'm making time there. I think it was much more that I was making time to get out of the house and go do something, because I was working at that time. So I was back in Fairbanks. I was working 2 full-time jobs and a part-time job, saving up money to move down to the Bay Area, because, you know, when you can do things like that when you're in your late 20s and you know that it's going to be just until the end of the year. You know, you can put up with almost anything that long. But I was working, 15-hour days, 6 days a week. So the one day, I always told myself, Thursday, I'm not going to work on Thursdays. I'm going to do something else. And because I work grave shift, I was up in the middle of the night while everyone else was asleep. So that made it a little more challenging. But I was like, if I don't go and do something, I'm just going to stay wrapped up in a blanket in my bed for... the entirety of the day. Maybe get up long enough to shower, maybe, if I felt so inclined. But otherwise it was, no, I'm not moving. So I made a point of doing, I called it Operation Unslug, where I would get up and go and see a movie, and then see where the night took me from there. Still a bit hot. That's okay. Oh, good. We're going to evolve the magic wand. Get that all up and running. So yeah, I kind of miss doing that sometimes, but I don't like going and seeing things by myself. I think primarily because I like having someone else to talk about the thing with. And being able to, in the car ride home or the BART ride home or whatever, being able to talk about whatever it was that we just saw, whether that is a film or a play or musical or whatever, that's more interesting to me than just thinking about it to myself and then putting it on Facebook. Hey, I just watched the thing, and having, conversations on there, which is not to say that those aren't fun conversations that I have on social media, but I like the quicker exchange of ideas that happen when you're face to face with people. I'm definitely on the older end of millennials, which I think makes it an interesting blend for me between social media and parasocial relationships and wanting to have face-to-face conversations with people. Can't stand phone calls, though. There are very few people that I actively choose to hang out with on a phone call. Gotcha. Oh, cool. Love a good 5 burst. Yeah, right. And off we go again. Ooh. How did I get two major attractor orbs right next to each other? That's so funny to me. Yes, come to me. Aha! There's the other gun. There we go. Now we'll be able to get that upgraded and get another weapon slot. Because I've been careful about picking up weapons just because those slots can fill up really fast. And I want to have enough space to get the second gun so that I could upgrade both of those into one new weapon. I don't know what, like, the standards on the various, like, upload sites are, because these two weapons are guns. But I know some things get really touchy about that, which, I mean, reasonably so. But, it can make things a little bit more, let's say, challenging. Because it's like, that is what these things are. They are, in fact, guns. But there's a very real chance that, you know, the spread might get quashed if I say that too much. Who knows? Who knows indeed? Da, da, da. Yeah, this is a good music choice. Oh, wow. 2 5s in a row. Man, what kind of luck do I have going on? Cool. Man, this might be the time to go buy a lottery ticket or something. Dang. Getting close to being able to upgrade the goon. If I say it in a weird accent, does that make it better? I don't know. It might. Probably doesn't. Whee! So I'm experimenting with times to stream. On Sundays, I have other commitments in the evening usually. Not today. Well, I don't have my usual evening commitment today, let's put it that way. Because I'm going out to the theater, and I don't know when I'll be getting back, I'm streaming a bit early today. I don't know when a good time is for folks to come and hang out with me, because I know I have a lot of friends on, like, the East Coast, where it is, what, about 3:30 right now? And I love to hang out with them. They're my buddies. But then people who are on the West Coast, who I tend to know in person, aren't able to come and hang out because, 3 o'clock in the afternoon or 4 o'clock in the afternoon, they're still at work. So, I'm experimenting. We'll see what works. We love being able to figure stuff out. For science! Here for that. Man, I am surprisingly powerful at this point in the game. I'm not usually able to just, like, carve through the red bats this easily. Not mad about it. It's pretty cool. Weird, though. All right. Just go ahead and banish a weapon. Why not? Not gonna pick it up and might as well have it out of my way. I do like how this game doesn't really tutorialize, but does like show you how things work kind of implicitly. Because at the very beginning of any of the runs, for example, the only XP gems that you get are blue. So you just kind of know instinctively that those are the lowest levels. And then you see the greens and you just kind of know that those are higher level or more powerful level ups. Banish weapons, why not? And then when you see reds vary infrequently, so you know that reds are more powerful. And it's just cool to me that they're able to tutorialize that easily without really needing to be like, so when you are doing X, Y, and Z, the only thing they really tell you is WASD are your move keys, which also isn't quite true because you can control it with the arrow keys. I've switched back and forth between WASD and the arrow keys a couple of times today already. Skip this one because I might want the Rune Tracer later. The Rune Tracer's a lot of fun. Watching it just bounce randomly all over the screen. It's pretty great. What I'm trying to do is get... Aha! We have an upgraded Holy Wand. Hooray! What I'm trying to do is get the weapons that match the buffs that I already have. So you have to have the tiramisu to upgrade the guns. That's fine. I'm waiting for the lightning ring. I feel like there's, and then the tome was for the magic wand, and I feel like there's something for the crown, but I don't remember what it is. So I'm just kind of biding my time. The bracer goes with the knife, which I don't have. Goodness gracious. Let's go ahead and get the clock lancet. Just getting everything slung in my direction with the pickups. Now that I've picked up the attractor orb, which is fan-freaking-tastic, I'm able to just, like, pick up from a little bit further. This is one of my favorite, like, my favorite times, I guess, because I can just sort of walk around in a circle. Ooh. Do we want bounces? Cooldown. Wicked season. Let's get Gemini. All right, starting to pick things up from further away so I don't have to leave as many things behind. Hello, Andrea. Welcome into the chat. Just hanging out playing some Vampire Survivors today and chatting away. How is your Sunday going so far? Hey, Squeal. Good to see you, friend. Welcome, welcome. Yeah, I'm currently at level 41, 12 minutes into this run. And this one has a lot of projectiles going on. Okay. Let's do the Santa water. Oh, I'm so sorry. Losing your voice. That sucks. That's honestly my least favorite, like, sick symptom is when I lose my voice or I get that scratch. I was drinking a ton of tea last night because the Beddo's voice just messes with mine. I'm doing okay today, I think, because I drank a lot of honey tea. Yes! I just got the guns leveled up into beams of light that just slash through everything. Constant laser gun. Go pew pew. Love it. Ah, here come the wolfmen. Spearmint's a good choice too. I was drinking lemon chamomile last night because that was what it was at the studio, along with some truly ancient honey. But you know, in theory, honey doesn't ever actually go bad. So, you know, I'm sure it's fine. Everything's fine, right? I'm currently drinking Timir chai that Bomb Clancy actually sent me from her live stream that she does, St. Pete's by Night, her Vampire the Masquerade game. So that's a delightful way to wake up this morning. I mean, that's true. Those are also people who tend to hang out in, like, the backwoods of areas and maybe already have less susceptibility to those particular kinds of diseases or whatever. Ow. But no, I know honey doesn't really go bad. I just get a little bit nervous about it. Hello, Sherlock. Well, I'm glad that they weren't cursed, at least. That is kind of important. Although that might be one of those curses that shows up later in life. Hard to tell. Hi, Nia. Enjoy your nap, baby girl. I'm gonna get the cats, because I think that's fun. Here, Kiki. Ah, there's a lightning ring. Excellent. All right, now I have my weapons and buffs all filled up, so now I can just focus on getting those upgraded. Maybe I'll go for, because one of the things that you can do, if you see like around the corners of the game, you can see like the spinach leaf to the right, the hollow heart up and to the right, the clover down and to the left. I can basically expand the ability of my pickups with picking those up because they're considered extra. So this is Vampire Survivors, and yes, it's available on Steam. It's very much like, you know, the old 8-bit top-down style. Basically, the idea is that you are playing one of the survivors in a vampire takeover of the world. I don't know what the actual lore is. If there's lore, there might not be. There probably isn't. But you have 30 minutes, and every minute a different rush of enemies comes in. And as you level up, you can get different weapons. You can upgrade those weapons. You can get buffs that make your weapons more effective or make you get more XP quickly. I currently have 2 fully evolved weapons, which is to say that I got the right weapon and buff combination to take them to their final form. So I have the gun and the magic wand are completely upgraded. The magic wand is honestly kind of disappointing because it's just a little bit more sparkle, which, I mean, I'm quite queer. I'm very okay with there being more sparkle, but you know, I guess it is what it is. But yeah, every minute the enemies change, and some of them are good to just kind of walk through and pick things up, and usually by about minute 20 or so, things are so confusing that you can't really tell what's going on screen. I do love the sparkle, as long as it's not the vampire sparkling. One of my favorite weapons in this game is I don't remember what it's called, but it's basically a glass spear, and it's great because like every time that it makes an attack, you can hear the sound of glass breaking. And for me as a sound designer, one of the coolest things that I love about it is that it's a ton of different glass breaking sounds. So it's not the usual thing that I am very guilty of doing, where it's, you know, I take one sound and do it over and over again. Sparkle by Stephen. I will say the cat weapon is one of my favorites because it's just a bunch of cats that run out and hit things and then come back to you. And very often when they come back to you, they hurt you because someone on the team clearly owns a cat. And it's like, yes, we love our little buggers. And they also stab us with their murder mittens because, you know, we love them and they love us back. There is no doubt about that. But sometimes their love forgets that we don't have the same, like, skin defense as they do. Silly buggers. I think I'm going to chase down the spinach that's on the right side of the screen. That gives me a direction to walk in as I'm murking praying mantises for some reason. I think there was some kind of, like, nuclear apocalypse or something. Because I've been watching far too much game and film theory for far too long. So, of course, it's always some kind of nuclear apocalypse, isn't it? But, I mean, there are mummies up and walking around. So we just changed over into minute 17, which is when the mummies come out. All the mummies that weren't eaten by the Victorians, I guess. But yeah, every time I fill the bar at the top, I hit a new level. And I'm starting to hit the point where I don't have anything left to upgrade. So it'll be like, hey, you know, do you want a bunch of coins? Or do you want health every time that you level up? I always choose the coins because you can use coins to buy upgrades that are continuous and get you through and follow you through the rest of your runs and your playthroughs, which I'm all about. I just love, like, the clouder of cats that goes running out. Look at that. Look at them. They're learning a little cat fight. And I love it. There's another level that is the Mad Library. I like being there with a clouder of cats and usually I like the knife weapon because it's like it's everything that I could ever want. It's knives and books and cats and murder. And I was worried about getting squawk. Why? What was that? Got stuck for a second there. Meow. Sherlock just gave me a very suspicious look from where he's sitting next to me. Okay. Not sure what I said, but I probably insulted his ancestors all the way back to Bast. Hi, Callie. Meow. Meow. I am here to confuse the four-legged companions. It's very fun. Alright, so now I get to make choices. Or at least make one choice until I get the spinach. And then that will keep upgrading. Ooh, what are you? Ah. We're getting a gold rush. There's gold and them are mummies. Backtrack for just a second to pick up this drop because waste not, want not. Something like that. Did I miss it? Where'd it go? Alright, fine. Be like that. So about minute 20 is when things start getting visually very difficult because you're just surrounded by enemies on all sides at all times. And there's just so much going on. I don't remember what the character name is, but she's the one who starts off with the magic wand. She's one of the OGs, like one of the very first ones that you can get. I just never really play her because I think the magic wand is a little bit too random, and I like being able to focus in on things. So it makes it a little bit more challenging for me. Vicious Hunger, Evolved Gatiamari. And now we get an eyeball that bounces around the screen periodically. Lots of eyeballs. So many eyeballs. I'm one of those people who has issues with eyeballs, but I've discovered that, like, free-floating eyeballs aren't what bother me. It's when eyeballs are inside of people or animals or other entities and then are getting hurt. Like, you know, something being jammed into someone's eye or something. That bothers me when the eye is, like, in someone's eye socket. But it doesn't bother me if it's just, like, an eyeball in a jar or something. Don't know why. I think that might be because eyes are just so sensitive, and I'm always nervous about something happening to mine. So, oh. Long-standing squick factor, I think. The plants are actually some of the most frustrating ones to have as enemies because, like, they take so long to whittle down. Like, I'm having to move reasonably slowly through them as we're cutting down. And I don't like that. I like being able to just run. It's much more fun. There it is. I lost my marker for a second. Bet. No, I don't need to beat nature. Just trim it to go in the direction that I want it to go. Shape it, mold it, work with it even. So I have the little, I'll just stand here for a second. Where's my cursor? All right, fine. If you look underneath my character where I'm standing, there is a red bar. That is my health bar. And that is the gauge for how I'm doing as like character health. There are ways to get it refilled, usually by picking up, I swear to God, this is what it's called in the game, floor chicken. By picking up floor chicken or, you know, killing your way through lots of things. And it also just like reanimates and stuff. And then I have the tiramisu, which gives me a regeneration if and when I die. And I've also bought various regens over the course, because I've put like, I want to say 130 to 140 hours into this game. I don't remember how many hours exactly, but it's a lot. Oh, I think I passed the spinach. There's so much visually going on that it's hard to keep track of the thing. The thing that I went through. But yeah, this is honestly one of my favorite, like, hang out and chat games. Because I don't need to think too hard about it. I just run around, really. Sometimes I'm trying to do, like, various goals, because there are things that you can do. All right. There are things that you can do as goals within the game to, like, get more coins or unlock various upgrades, sometimes even characters. That's always fun. Sorry, checking a text message with the person that I'm going to go and see a show with tonight. 49ers game tonight makes things a little bit more challenging to plan things out. I don't think it'll affect things up here. Because if they're playing here, which I don't remember, I think they play in like Santa Clara or whatever. I don't remember. I don't follow sports. No, but I do want to go see The Wiz. That looks good. That looks really funny. Is it in San Jose? Okay. So that's far enough south. Yeah, I thought it was Santa Clara. I drive by that all the time when I'm heading to gig work down south. The only time that I ever really know when things are happening is because, like, I drive by the signs that are like, game day going on Sunday. Be aware of X, Y, and Z. And I will say, thank you. I'm going to be aware of it by staying the heck away from it. Very far away from it. I mean, San Jose and Santa Clara aren't that far apart. So, you know, the traffic of one affects the other pretty heavily. All right, so we are at 26 minutes in this, which means we have 4 minutes before things get interesting, let's say. I'm going to be a little quiet on what happens in about 4 minutes because Ben hasn't seen this yet. Because it's one of those things that's kind of funny and shocking. But yeah, this is, I mean, I was able to run this game on my laptop without it getting too overwhelmed. I mean, yes, but it's only for another 3.5 minutes. You can handle the 3.5 minutes, right? Right? I need to rewatch that movie. I know that because I missed out on Rocky Horror Picture Show this year around Halloween. One of the theaters near me had like a midnight showing, but I was coming back from QNC that night, and I was like, I cannot. I am too tired. But I do love going and seeing those sorts of like Rocky Horror Picture Show and other like cult classics in theaters with other people. Especially the people who really know the show, because it's a lot. It's honestly a lot of fun. Squeal, like it's dumb fun too. Like it's a send up of like the classic campy horror movies, and they know what they're doing with the send up of it. So it's very like tongue in cheek. The very first time that I saw it was live, and I highly recommend that experience. Yeah, it was fun. Just don't tell people it's your first time seeing it, because they'll put a lipstick V on your forehead, because, you know, you're a virgin. And sex and sexuality is really big in Rocky Horror Picture Show, so, you know. I'm going to be nice. Every now and again, I try to be nice and at least warn people who might get mortified by that kind of attention on them. Yeah, it's really fun, I think, to go and see films and plays, especially like well-loved ones, with other people who know it. Because then it's a shared experience. And I like that. Like, I think that there's so much of our society that's segmented these days that it's hard to find the things that really connect us. I remember I was watching a thing about prestige television, starting with like The Sopranos, and the argument was that prestige television basically died with how badly the ending of Game of Thrones went. And that's kind of sad because, like, now, you know, there's a lot of really good things to watch. Ah, dang it. Well, we're back up. All right. There's a lot of really good things to watch, but a lot of people aren't watching the same things. So it's harder to have, like, the water cooler conversations that were so prevalent with things like Game of Thrones when that was at its peak, where everyone would be like, oh my gosh, have you seen... oh my gosh, what did you think about that moment, that big moment, whatever it was? You know, things like the Red Wedding were much more interesting when, like, because I was sitting I knew about the Red Wedding before it happened. Oh, here we go. So you can't really see it in the midst of all of the everything, but that's the Reaper over there. And I have heard that the Clock Lancet is a way to, like, keep him at bay and possibly make it all the way to minute 31, which would be pretty great. Let's see if I can't pull that off. Dang it. All right. So that was Imelda Bellipasse. I don't know how to pronounce her last name, but yeah, that's her. But I have now finished Mad Forest with her. But as you can see, I do fear the Reaper when he can stab me to death in like 3 seconds. So these first 8, I want to say it was these 8 that were the very first characters. Cowbell, cowbell. We'd love to see it. So yeah, but I have so many of the survivors now. Am I able to buy this one yet? Yes, I have enough money. So I'm gonna play the question mark random character because I have no idea what this is, and I'm nervous and a little excited. All right, let's see. What music do we want? I mean, Mona is always a good choice to have. It's raining minotaurs. Sure. Why not? Let me see. So what in the heck? What in the heck? Is it just like throwing explosive flowers? I love this. Let's see. Let's grab the fire wand just so I have something that I know I can count on. This character is literally a freaking question mark. Oh, that's so funny. Oh my gosh, I love this. Knives. Question mark with knives. This is absurd, and I'm here for it. Look at the little face in the center. That is so cute. Oh no, that's true. Yeah, I'll grab garlic. Fireballs, knives, and flowers. Clearly, this is every character that I have ever played. Just needs to be short and redhead, and we'll have the full set. It was just that little grin in the center of the question mark there. I can't get over how funny that is. Stamp, stamp. I still don't know what the green enemies are, because that didn't used to be the case, that there would be green enemies, and I'm not sure why there are now. I should look that up at some point. But that requires, like, remembering to look things up. Correct. They're not a redhead, but, you know, can't get everything perfect, I guess. Ah, there we go. Can start working on evolving the garlic. So I'm far enough advanced in this game now that it will tell me when I'm in the pickup screens whether something evolves with other things. You have to get to a point in the game where it does that. Before that, it's like kind of trial and error, and so you just pick up different combinations of stuff. I like evolving. Celestial Dusting is the name of this weapon. What? But yes, Evolving the Garlic is a fantastic punk band name, and yes, you should absolutely use that. Oh, okay, that's good to know. So from Andrea in the chat, the green enemies are defanged enemies. It's a visual indicator for which enemies are being affected by the defang power-up you've bought. I just buy power-ups when I can afford them, to be perfectly honest. I don't always know what they do. So it's cool to know that that's what they can't hurt me. That's cool. Thank you for looking that up for me. I appreciate it. Infinite power of human knowledge on the interwebs, using it to show off killing various vampire spawn. This is how I choose to spend my life. So there are various pickups that you can get from the torches and the fire lantern thingies that are around. Some of them are coins. Some of them are like quick one-time effects, like being able to attract most of the XP that you hadn't picked up yet. And some of them are floor chicken for health. Or clocks, like that one is. We have the Library of Alexandria in our pockets, and we choose to use it to show off cat pictures and kill vampire spawn. We make good choices as a species. So we've got emo, punk, and metal. What other genres can we name off of this game? Here for it. Totally here for it. Defanged skeletons. That feels like it should be the name of something. Do I want more experience? Kind of, but I also am not sure what that goes to. I just love this strange little question mark. Good point. Good point. Floor chicken it needs to be something else. Possibly like a country album or something that feels more country. Because, you know, chickens. Parody group. Yes, I changed my mind. It must be the parody group. But yeah, we've got defanged skeletons right there. The green ones. Weird Al Yankovic would absolutely name something floor chicken in complete seriousness. He's very much Weird Al Yankovic is very much the embodiment. Ooh. Burning hands! Weird Al Yankovic is very much the embodiment of the idea of take the work seriously and myself not at all. Which I think Robert Downey Jr. said when talking about the Sherlock Holmes films that he and Jude Law did. Poodle Hat album. Oh my god. I need to listen to more Weird Al. Like, I only really listen to him when he comes across my feed for various reasons. Which is a shame, because he is truly a musical genius. I think the first album I ever bought was an Avalon CD. Very much the Christian... I hesitate to call it rock. Christian music. Just generic Christian music. Avalon and True Vibe. Those were the two ones that I followed when I was a teenager. Fire! I think definitely one of the arguments against streaming in the daylight, at least until I get like a folding screen or something to put behind me, is the way that the light messes with how I look on camera. Like I get all I don't even know what the term is for it, but harder to see. I just love that the praying mantis is one of the enemies that you can fight. Big old praying mantis who's more than happy to rip your head off. I mean, I know I'm beautiful. That's fine, but the way that the light changes the way that the camera shows things. Because natural light is a bitch to shoot with. Because it keeps changing. I think one of my favorite things to do in this game is to like make up names for the various enemies, because some of them are really obvious, right? Like, you know, the bats, you got the skeletons, you got mummies and whatnot. But then there's like the weird things that are up on screen at the moment, and I'm not sure what they are exactly. So I'm calling them ghouls, or we can name them something else. There was sentient broccoli in one of the other levels that I just love that. Tea for the voice. Although it's not like chai with milk and sugar is specifically good for the voice, not in the way that like a good throat coat with honey is. But I was drinking a lot of that last night, so I should be fine. I'm only planning to go for a couple of hours today. One of the things that I'm looking at starting this week, we'll see if I'm able to get my act together enough to figure out how to make it look good on screen, is starting to do solo TTRPGs. I have a bunch of the Call of Cthulhu solo modules. So, Alone Against the Dark, Alone Against the Ice, Alone Against the Static. And I also have the PDFs that, for most of them, not Against the Static, but the others, that I picked up from the Humble Bundle sale that they just had. So I can actually like show things on screen, theoretically. Come here. In order to show like what I'm looking at. Because they're effectively really a sophisticated choose your own adventure novel. And I mean, it's Call of Cthulhu. I've been playing it for years and years and years. So I know like Call of Cthulhu and the Alone Against series has all of the pre-gen sheets, which is nice. I do want to, excuse me. I do want to try the adventure that comes in the starter kit at some point, because I guess that's a solo one too. And I jumped straight into playing with a group, so I never tried that one on its own. So yeah, I'd be interested in checking that out, Squeal, because that sounds interesting to me. But I'm going to be trying that out probably this Thursday if I can figure out how to make it work for like being on a stream. It'll be a lot of reading and that sort of thing, but you know. I want to explore solo TTRPGs because I think they're fascinating. And not just like Call of Cthulhu. I've picked up some others that are like short one-pager type of things that I found at my friendly local game store. Because my local game store is very good at stocking some of the interesting indie TTRPGs and displaying them in ways that people can find them really easily. So, you know, love a good friendly local game store. There we go. Yeah, they really are. Games of Berkeley is a fantastic game store. So shout out to Games of Berkeley for always supporting the indie TTRPG scene and making it really accessible. Slight points taken away from me having to go online in order to get Vampire the Masquerade dice, which I have and are sitting next to me. I just don't dare free a hand for it at the moment. Oh, that'll be good. I do need to stop in at Games of Fremont at some point. I'm in Fremont often enough, but I'm usually busy while I'm there. Dang it! Dang it, dang it, dang it. Alright, well, I've got half health. Run! Freeze them. Freeze them all. And let God sort it out. Or my knives, as the case may be. I'm surprised that I've gotten this deep in the game and I don't have, like, more weapons at this point. I was just talking to Ezra last night about how much I miss playing Alexandria. She was such a fun character, even if the voice was a bit hard on mine. After a while, that kind of raspiness just was part of it. And yeah, she was fun to play. Good character. I should actually like publish the little vignettes that I wrote about her at some point. Grace was kind enough to do an editing pass on them for me. Hi, Danny. Me, a knifey character? Never. But look at this funny little question mark. It's so, like, that's my character, is that funny little question mark in the center, and I love them. That's right, I did show you those, didn't I, Squeal? I forgot that I'd shown you those. There are so many enemies. This is one of my favorite like areas because the skeletons go down relatively easily, so it's a target-rich environment to level up in. Get me some more. And then of course it changes over to the wolfmen, who are much harder. Ugh. Which means it's slower to level up. There are definitely the minutes where it's really hard to level up because like the enemies go down harder. I do need to just like put them out on like AO3 or something. Oh, Danny, did you get the names from Ezra? Because I really want to see that Russian soap opera when you're done with it. I was almost more interested in that than what was actually going on screen last night, in fairness. So, for Squeal, last night on Great Dane Society, we happened to stick our noses accidentally into a Russian soap opera that was going on next door. And I won't spoil it, but there was definitely the like, Sergei? Sergei? And a lot of shouting back and forth in Russian that we couldn't understand and did not get involved in. No, legitimately, it was an accident. I'm not going to say any more because that is genuinely a spoiler. But that was absolutely not our intent, and we got in the middle of it, and we're just like, we don't want to be here. Y'all sort your shit out yourselves. Ah! Wolves, leave me alone! Leave me alone! Yeah, it was definitely a wild session last night. We still have not made it to Venice. We just hit our first stop relatively recently. I'm over here like, oh my gosh! Just need a spin-off for like this part of the story where it's just the three mad professors and Beddoes trying to keep them alive. Oh, goody. Red bats. Love that. Come here. Yes! Endless knives! I basically have a gun that fires knives now. Which is to say, the perfect weapon. Yeah, someday we'll get back to that. I'm looking forward to when that happens. Because the flashbacks are fun, but I want to get back to the main story. Well, we were talking about it after the stream last night, so Ezra is aware of it. You might just need to poke him a couple of times, Danny. Oh no. Oh good. So the fire wand has just evolved up into Hellfire. Mahahaha. Alright, we're starting to make some progress here and actually, like, getting to a point where I feel a little bit less squishy. Took a while with this character. in fairness. Although that does happen with some of the characters. Like, some of them you just get really good draws right off the bat, and then others it's like, oh my gosh, I am not getting anywhere. But either way, the game ends at 30 minutes. Spinach. Hurt them. Hurt them all. Yes. What's Archage? I don't think I've run across that game before. Or stream, or Was ist das? Or I guess with the Russian that was happening last night. Что это? Oh, okay. I've never really played Memoirpregers. That's not been my genre. I have played Neverwinter because Bo and I were playing it together for a while. But other than that, the closest that I've gotten is now the way that I'm playing Dragon Age Origins because I'm playing up my computer, so I actually have to remember things like hotkeys and whatnot, which is a challenge. I'm used to having everything nice and condensed on my controller. Which, I mean, I could do, because I can just plug a controller in and run it off of Steam that way. Isn't it funny when you go back to a game that you used to know really well, and now it's like, how do I do this? I don't remember anything. Especially with that many hours into it. Like, I'm running into that a little bit with Dragon Age Origins. I have finished that game like 8 times, and there are definitely moments where I'm like, what am I doing? You should pick up Diablo 2 again. I'm sure it's available on like Steam or whatnot. Clicky, 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 clicky. Lots of clicky, clicky. Just carve my way through. Knife first. Because I want to see what I managed to knock down over here. Jeez, that's a long way out of my way. Come on. Gimme. Dude, streaming with stuff on my desktop, one of the hardest things about starting to do streaming has been figuring out how to get some of the games to show up on a different screen so that I can see, because right now I have a 2-monitor setup. The chat and OBS is over here, and the game is over here, which is why I'm looking in this direction all the time. And it is nuts how hard it is to get some of the games to sit on the screen that I want it to actually sit in without like causing problems. I don't know why. Woo! So much XP! Let me see. I don't know why that's so much more difficult, but it is. So the pentagram is an interesting weapon because it erases everything that's on screen, including your pickups, which it stops doing later into the game as you level it up further, but it's a real pain in the neck until then. Because it definitely like it clears everything on screen, which is great, especially if you're surrounded, but it does make it more challenging to actually like get the level ups that you need. But as you get it further and further up, it does like a full screen wipe, and you have just so much XP just laying around. So it's worth it. It just takes a while to get there. Defanged Mummies feels like it should be the parody ripoff of Thriller. Yeah, I need to go back to Baldur's Gate 3. I'm still only partway through the first act. I keep getting stopped by things being more challenging than I think they're going to be. Ooh, that is a 5-item drop. We love to see that. This music is genuinely a banger. Oh, dang. Pentagram just got way more useful with all of that. So Silverwind has evolved, and Pentagram has gotten suddenly way more interested. Way more interesting. No, I haven't gotten that mod for Twilight Cleric yet. I want to finish the game with no mods first, just to have it like in its purest experience. I will get there at some point, and that's probably the run that I'll stream at some point. But I do already have like one long run game already going because I'm playing through Dragon Age Origins on stream. I don't want to have like 2 long-term video games necessarily going at the same time, if that makes sense. That just seems confusing. I mean, playing more often is always a good choice, Danny. I'm not gonna. That just seems like a good option, in my slightly less than humble opinion. Sure. Let's open up the area of attack a little bit more. All right, I'm starting to get to the point where I can just charge through mobs. It's taking me a bit to get here, though. It's interesting. Because now I'm at minute 20, which is when things really start popping off. Yeah, that's fair. Your dogs are lovely, lovely creatures, but also, yes, I can absolutely see them being a little bit less chill. Whee! Trying to get the attractor orb up high enough that I don't need to endanger myself quite as much to go and get my sweet, sweet XP. I mean, they are sweet babies and deserve all of the cuddles. And at least you can cuddle them while knitting. They're not quite that demanding, I guess. Is that how you get so much knitting done? Because they don't let you really do much of anything else. They're just like, hi, this is my lap now. Is that your secret? And you've been doing it for so long that you're very fast? So the puppers are trying to help. That's what's going on. That's so sweet of them. All right, fully evolved pentagram. We'd love to see it. All the shinies, all the pretties. Let's do this. I do like a good curse. Oi. Boy, that's a sentence for the ages. I do like a good curse. My keyboard is occasionally not wanting to do what I tell it to do. I think that's a sign that I need to plug it in after I'm done with today's stream, just to make sure that it's all ready to go for Tuesday's stream. That's good to know. I've also been having to figure out, because one of the games that a lot of the games that I am playing are very old. So they're in the, like, I have to play them through DOSBox in order to actually play them, like all of the old Christian video games that I played as a child that I'm playing through now on stream. Like, I played Super 3D Noah's Ark the other day, which was an experience. Very much an experience. It's very much like Wolfenstein 3D meets Doom meets Christian theology. Well, Noah's Ark, so I guess it's a little more universal, but even so, it was what shocked me the most about that was how much I remembered. And how much I could be like, oh yeah, that's how you find the secret rooms, is because you look for this, this, and this. And I was like, why do I remember this? Why is the memory banks of my brain occupied with lyrics from old Christian music and remembering how to find secrets in Super 3D Noah's Ark? Don't know. Couldn't tell you. I'm deciding which game to play for my next Throwback Tuesday is when I'm going to be playing that. Is when I'm going to be playing old games again. I'm deciding if I want to keep going with Super 3D Noah's Ark or if I want to pick up one of the other ones like Spiritual Warfare or the one about Moses or the other one about Noah's Ark where you're actually collecting the animals. I don't know. Haven't decided yet. If anyone has opinions, let me know. Oh, we're on the curse side, so they're moving faster and they're hitting harder. The music in Vampire Survivors, though, is just like genuinely a banger. I love it. My little question mark just disappears into the surrounding enemies. It's adorable. Oop. Whoa, that hit me harder than I expected. Well, that was a thing. Sorry, I didn't mean to bump that. All right, I'm going to go and look at what I can buy in my power-ups because I've got a lot going on in here. I could do more curse. So here's the defang that was mentioned. 3% of enemies are unable to deal damage. Okay. Do I have? I do not have enough money to buy that. Go ahead and get Omni. Why not? I like to just get the power-ups and toss them in randomly and see what happens. I just want to point out the name of this particular character, my little question mark with a grin. Shatsung. I don't know if I'm pronouncing that right. I'm probably not. But that's funny. That's really funny. Obtain the Infinite Corridor. Obtain the Crimson Shroud. Oh, hey, Ben. This'll make you laugh, cringe, unsure. Check this out. Right here at the top. You know, it's funny how the yellow sign just keeps turning up. It's funny. Funny, they say. Funny. Uh-huh. Let's see. I have Menya Moonspell currently available. Do I have Menya? Yes. I'm going to try to get 100,000 enemies killed in a single run with this guy. Why not? Let's see. So I've cleared Medforce and the Inlaid Library with him and Moongolo. Let's see. Ooh. Conceited were they that ruled from so high, yet stooped so low. This nexus of debased purity is the perfect place to find a vampire. Probably. Ooh, my voice got raspy there. I'm kind of in favor of that. All right, let's see what kind of music we got going. Ooh. I like the Forsaken version. Done. The music in this game is just so good. Do I have anything that starts with this fellers? I do not. What games do you all think have some of the best music? I love Undertale's music because it's hard not to. I'll just listen to that music sometimes while I'm driving or just hanging out. Such good stuff. I'm actually going to look at the map. There's no question marks that I can see, at least not yet. Does Horizon Zero Dawn have, like, ambient music, or is there diegetic music? Like the stuff that they listen to in-game? Oops. Did not get what I meant to. But also, I got knives, so, you know, I totally got what I meant to. Okay. Yeah, it's always interesting when... the difference between ambiance music and diegetic music is always fascinating to me because I can't use a lot of like diegetic music usually in the redacted reports because if we mention music, it's usually like a copyrighted thing that I can't use. The one exception is when there's like jazz music that I can use. Bear McCreary was also the composer on Battlestar Galactica, right? Oh yeah, I dig an IA too. That one, you're right. That one was also diegetic. More specifically with that one though was the music box. Or, you know, when I sang it every now and again. Like you do. Like you do with a chant to pledge allegiance to, you know, Dagon. Oh. I have not watched Outlander. I started reading the first book and was having a difficult time with the way that the accents were written out. So I never really got into it. Boy, Bear McCreary has been a busy boy, hasn't he? Busy person, I suppose. I'm not going to assume. Especially in the video game world. Very hard to assume. Alright, looks like all the interesting pickups are... Woo! It always startles me when I have, like, the big power-up with this guy. Because I know that Outlander is kind of an exception a little bit to the idea that prestige television is dead. Because it's one of those shows that, like, so many people have seen at one time or another. Not me, but hard to say. Hard to say with that one. And I think like hearing accents is a lot easier than reading them, because like a good performer will just like make you understand what's being said. Ooh, eyeballs. And that's not one of mine. Yeah, I haven't read Redwall. It's one of those that I probably should at some point, but accents, accents are meant to be heard. Like that's their thing. It's a lot like reading. Honestly, it's a lot like reading Shakespeare. Shakespeare was meant to be performed and seen, and not meant to be read dry in a English class. That's part of their fun. Woo. Meant to be heard, not read, and if you read it, it definitely like messes with you. As I spill tea down my front. Wasted tea. Tea down. Tea down. This is really fun music, though. Yeah, I think that is the way to do it. It's also the way that Fairbanks Shakespeare Theater tends to teach Shakespeare as well, is through like hosting events like the Bardathon, where you sit around a table and you read it out loud and you listen to it and people perform it. And, you know, people, it's one of the reasons why I will never be able to really fully hate Kenneth Branagh, because man's got an ego on him, no doubt. But I do appreciate what he has done for making Shakespeare more accessible in a lot of ways. And I just know I'm going to summon grace with that comment. I do need to watch his promo, because it's been a long time since I've actually sat and read promo. I read Death on the Nile, whichever one was the like murder mystery in like ancient Egypt. I read that one recently, but I haven't read a lot of other Agatha Christie lately, which is a shame. Because there's a ton of it in this house. So it's easily accessible. I walk past it all the time. I just don't read much right now. Outside of what I have to for work, because I have a couple of audiobooks that I am studiously avoiding. They're the kind that I'm like, do I put these under my pseudonym? I might, because I don't want them necessarily associated with my name. A little bit of both. They're badly written, and I mean, they're really badly written. And then they tend to be they're attempting to be thriller in the style of like Tom Clancy, of like a spy thriller that really venerates the CIA and other organizations like that, which I'm not fully a cab, but I'm not far off of it. Let's put it that way. So the content itself is not good necessarily. Like, the content itself isn't fantastic, and the way it's executed is just so bad. So bad. Danny, I'll send you pictures at some point of some of the language, because it's just not well done. Yeah, I haven't seen it yet, so I don't really have a leg to stand on with determining what I think about them. I need to at some point. Maybe we should do that sometime, Squill, is have a pro movie night some weekend when we're not recording. Yeah, Danny, get off your butt and publish things that I can narrate. I wanna be able to narrate the stuff. Honestly, I need to get off my butt and finish the edits on the Tall Halfling, because I have another narrator, because it lined up to do a dual narration with me. I have another narrator lined up to do that one with me, a male narrator. So, if you're interested, Danny, we can chat about bringing him in on that as well. If you want to do like duet narration with male and femme voices. Yeah. We can chat about that. Exactly like Deep Cover, in fact. Just changed a little bit. I don't think I'm going to be able to kill 100,000 enemies with this guy. Duet narration is honestly the best way to handle audiobooks that have, multiple POVs. Because, like, for the Tall Halfling, for example, the majority of the book takes place from Alenia's perspective, the female main character. But some of it does take place from Reginald's perspective. And for that, I was like, I don't want to narrate those. That feels weird. So I've recruited my friend Matt to come and narrate with me, because he is a professional award-winning audiobook narrator. And he loves doing stuff with me. So he was like, totally all about this. Let's do it. So now I just need to finish it, which means I need to actually like go through the edits that Grace gave me and actually like accept them and have a finished document and start getting things set up on Amazon. It's done. It's ready. I just need to finish doing my part of things. I'm just bad at that. Yeah, it's interesting because I don't think that if you want a fully voice production, that's fine, but that's not really an audiobook at that point, in my opinion. At that point, if you want to have, like, all of the main characters narrated by a different narrator, and then have, like, one narrating voice to carry through, that's a radio play at that point. That's not an audiobook anymore. But I do love duet narrations where, especially with like romances, to try, because I can do masculine-ish voices, but I prefer to do I prefer to stick with female characters, because that's the easiest for me to do different characters in. But yeah, it's interesting. But I mean, there are books that have like 7 or 8 different POV characters, and I think trying to have 7 or 8 narrators for all the different POVs is starting to get a little bit excessive. But that's my opinion. Everyone has their own on that one. All right, so now that I've found those, I'm going to fill out my buffs. Well, but that's the thing, right? Like, I don't want him to be Bo, necessarily. I want him to bring his own spin into it and see what he does. Because Matt is a very good audiobook narrator. Like, literally award-winning. So, you know. Yeah, this is that Matt. He's my good buddy. We do a bunch of gig work together. And so we have a bunch of time, a bunch of downtime to chat. Yeah, I need to actually finish going through the edits for the Tall Halfling and just get that finished. Just do it. As a wise man once said, just do it already. Just get it out there. I've been talking about, like, I wrote that thing in November of 2019. Finished writing it in, like, December or January of 2019, 2020. And then just did nothing with it besides getting the cover made, which Natalie did such a good job with the cover. It's true. Doing the thing is hard. And it's hard. And a part of my brain is just like, but then it's out there and people can read it. And that's scary. And I don't know if I want them to read it. But I also do. Because I'm honestly quite proud of it. I'm very pleased with the work that I did on it. I'm going back and rereading it and being like, that's pretty good. That's pretty good. I like that. That turned out well. So, doing the thing is hard. Doing the thing is much harder than it should be, to be honest. Let's see. There isn't anything of interest up here anymore, so I'm going to head further down. Now the trick, of course, is just getting it out there where other people can read it. And honestly, I don't expect it to be like the next Legends and Lattes or whatever. I just want it to, you know, have it available for the viewers of Quests and Chaos. And if other people come across it on Amazon or whatever, cool. Whoa, hello. That was a whole bunch of enemies who appeared all at once. Holy crap. Sherlock is doing his best gargoyle impersonation next to the monitor right at the moment. It's adorable and also makes me worry about what he's plotting. I think he saw that I'm sitting crisscross applesauce and is like, do I get in on this lap action that's going on here? Because he's learned that with this computer chair and the way that it makes my legs sit, he can't really sit comfortably in my lap unless my legs are crisscross applesauce. Yes, there we go. Of course he's plotting world domination, but aside from that... I mean, he's a cat. Of course he's plotting world domination. Always and forever. Whee! I'm gonna be in trouble when this effect runs out. Whew, there is so much going on. I like this music, but it doesn't quite match the boss rushy feel of stuff that's going on right now. Oh, did you get it up and working, Andrea? Just don't mind me, just collecting my booty here. Borderless window or windowed view seems to be the way to handle a lot of things coming out and out of Steam. Because all of the games are alike, but I'm the most important thing. You should only be paying attention to me. And I'm like, yeah, no, I've got a stream to run on the other screen. Can you not take over everything, please? Note for me later, I need to check the audio on this one. I've got my good microphone pulled over onto here for right now because we're not recording tonight. So it's just easy to pull it over here, but that means that this microphone needs to go back and forth until I get a new one or an additional one. But I'm an audio snob, so it is not okay, in my opinion, to have bad audio on my streams. I don't like that. And part of the point of doing this is to have control over stuff myself, so. And yes, if y'all happen to be looking at the nanosecond that it happened, that was a black tail that passed over the camera. Sherlock is now crouching under the mic stand over my wrist. That's his favorite spot to like hang out, is right on top of my wrist. I do have another webcam. At some point I should set that up for like the cat camera to have him be a star. A little star on my live streams. Yeah, I'm talking about you, buddy. Andrea says hi. I'd move the webcam to show him, but I can't be bothered right now. Partially because, you know, enemies everywhere. But also, like, it makes me seasick watching the webcam move, and so I'm not going to do that to y'all. Cat cams are fun, I think. Especially because, like, my cats like to come and hang out while I'm playing games and stuff. So that's fun. The hard part about having a cat cam for me is that I'm not entirely sure where to have it point, because like they don't always sit in the same spot. Like Sherlock went from being over there next to the monitor to now being directly over my arm. So it's hard to say where I would want to put it, you know? Makes it a wee bit more challenging. Because at least like Rabbit Chicken Cam, presumably it's pointed into their enclosures, which makes that a wee bit easier. So, but you know, these are things to figure out as I grow as a streamer. I have plans, many plans, and fancy pants to match. They like to sit. They like to curl up on my chair on the other side of the computer, the chair that I sit at the kitchen table. So maybe there. No future. We love to have an exploding diamond bouncing around the screen. That's a good point. Just have the cat cam set up for when they're hanging out in the spot. Favorite spot at the moment seems to be right where Sherlock is right now. At least for Sherlock. And John hangs out under the desk. Because him's a big boy. And him trying to get up onto my lap is Not comfortable for either of us. But maybe if I set up like a little bed on that side of the desk, they'll be more inclined to actually like hang out in that spot. Oh. We experiment. We learn. We grow. Yee. Ooh, we got the big old devils coming in. Hate that. Hate that for me. That's interesting. Looks like Sabachthani's family is coming out for the reunion, like they do. Stab. I am planning to do a lot of streaming over the next couple of weeks because I don't have a gig going on and I'm home pretty constantly. So this week, the plan, we'll see how it actually goes, but the plan is to stream Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, maybe Friday, and Sunday. Just do for like 2 to 4 hours at a time, just to get my hours up and out there, because I'm working toward that affiliate thing. Currently at 42 followers, doing pretty good on that. Hey! Oh, I got 2 full evolutions. Love that. Do I want the fire wand or the Bible? Let's do the fire wand. More interesting. There we go. Now we're starting to... Now we're cooking with charcoal. I'm curious, which version of that saying do you all know? Because I always heard cooking with charcoal, but I've recently started hearing cooking with gas. Is that the same saying, just slightly differentiated? Or do y'all know a different version of that particular saying? You know cooking with gas better? I don't know why cooking with charcoal was the one that I grew up on, but that's the one that I've always heard. More damage. All right, yes, now we're fighting angels. Here for it. Okay. So cooking with gas was the originator and then someone changed it into cooking with charcoal? That's interesting. All right. Hi, Betty. That can't be comfortable. Yeah, he's got both little paws on my knee and his chin on my arm. He's cute and he knows it. Man, these angels go down like sissies. Super easy to just cut through. Jen! Hello, my friend! Welcome! It is so good to see you. Thanks for coming and hanging out. Good to see you. I'm playing that Vampire Survivors game I was telling you about. Finally caught a time that you're not also streaming, so I'm not competing with you, at least at the moment. Good to see you. What are you up to this lovely Sunday? Food. What'd you order? Order? Cook? What is food today? Oh, now we got the biblically accurate angels going on. The wheels within wheels. Yes. Love it. Cool. I'm going to be starting to play Vampire the Masquerade pretty soon myself. I'm very excited about it. My friend Dan and I are going to be doing a one-on-one campaign, which I'm very excited about. Fancy salad. Well, so bougie. I haven't made my character yet, but I know what they're going to be once they get embraced, which is actually going to be part of the story, is their embrace, which I'm very excited about because we're going to be telling the story of my character, Ash McKnight, going from being, you know, a human to stepping into the world of Vampire the Masquerade and learning all of the things. I've actually been deliberately staying away from the lore and everything. Ooh, that's quite the angel? Is that an Sure. I don't know what you are, buddy. You're scary. I don't know. Is this a streamed game, Jen, or is this a home game? Yeah, I'm super excited to be able to dig into the concept of like losing your humanity and the darkness that you're like the darkness that you're balancing between humanity and trying to figure out like who am I now? Because I mean, so many of my D&D characters specifically, like their core question is who am I? And you know, who am I and what is my place in this world? Oh, baby. I see those quotation marks around that accidentally. I'm super curious what that's all about. I mean, there is something I think there's something very powerful about like giving into those kinds of urges and figuring out what that makes you and who that makes you. But I mean, being hungry is very valid. I get that. I always wonder what it would like. We all say, you know, oh, we'd be this, that, and the other if we were actually like vampires and whatever. I wonder sometimes. I really do. Like, who would we actually be if we were given that kind of power? Oop. Hello, little guy. Oh, goody. The tiny versions of the terrifying angel things. I'm a sprinter with running. I can run very fast for short distances, but I suspect that vampires are more of the persistence hunters, where they'll just chase you until you're too tired to fight back. You know, 'cause humans mixed with the worst parts of human mixed with the predator. Yeah, how was your bike ride, Squeal? Did you have fun out in the lovely Bay Area sunshines now that it's paused on the rain for a little bit? Oh, goody. All of Sabachthani's family's coming for the Thanksgiving dinner. We love to see it. Yeah, I'm much the same way, Jen. I'm trying to get better about going to the gym and stuff, but so much of my work... No, come on! So much of my work is spent sitting and streaming and all that fun stuff. You know, I stream and I edit, and then I stream some more and I edit more, and yeah, it's great, but also, man, is it bad for my body. Good job. Good job, Squeal. That sounds like it was a lot of fun. If it wasn't for the fact that running on like cement and concrete is just the worst for my body, I would totally go out and run. I should like bike, because that's a good way to get all the stuff of running without having to, you know, slap my little feet against all of the hard concrete and cement, which I hate doing because it hurts. Hi, Sherlock. Hi, buddy. Yeah, your spouse has been doing a lot of the more serious running, which has been pretty. She's been telling me about it. I'm really proud of her. Like, kudos for that level of determination and dedication. I do not have that. I give that to my characters. They can have that. Am I gonna make it to 30 minutes? I might. Let's make it to 30 minutes. Come on, buddy. Just run. Just run a lot. Oh, there we go. Made it to 30 minutes. Whoa! Not just the one Reaper, but them all coming in. No! No! You cannot have me so easily! I will fight death itself. I will lose, but I will try. Alright. Yay! I got an unlock. Oh, I got a new character unlocked. Love that. Oh, yeah. At the last event, you just like swarmed. All right, buddy. You want to say hello to the nice people? As you beat up my microphone. Hello. Hi. You are a black cat that is hard to see against with the light behind us. I love you. There you go. No pain in the ass. Oop. What the heck? So yes, I have Nightbot up and active and stuff. I need to actually tell it to stop doing that because, yeah, I'm fine with the key-ups. But at least now I know that that's working. At least now I know that Nightbot's working and it's not crashing out like it always wants to do on Q&C. So that's something. Also, for whatever reason, I'm not seeing alerts for whatnot. So, Jen, thank you for the follow. Late on that one, but I appreciate the follow. All right, I think I have about enough energy to do one more run. So, what do y'all think? Do we just hang out up here with some of the originals? Do we want to do a newer character? What are we looking at doing? What looks interesting? One of my personal favorites is She-Moon, because she's the one with the glass spear. Croce. Sure, let's do that one. That character reminds me a lot of Karlach, because, I mean, just look at that. Look at that model. That's great. Let's go with so we did Mad Forest. Let's do Inlaid Library with this feller. Oh yeah, I can actually see where some of the relics are. Heh. Yeah, there's a lot of levels that I haven't done much in. Ooh. All right, so let's see. Where's Balak? Do I have Balak? Not. Nope. Yeah. Yeah, let's do She-Moon. She-Moon's fun. We'll take her into the library. Because it amuses me. Bay Karlak. Gotcha. Yeah. I'm bad with, because I've heard Bazel. So that one is a little bit like more normal to me. Sure. I have something for the spear. But yeah, I'm bad at like name combinations of names with Bay. See, I know people who will fight you on that opinion, Squeal. There are people who absolutely love Lae'zel. All characters are valid, with the possible exception of Minthara, from what I know about her. But I haven't met her yet, so I have no opinion, really. Even Shadowheart, which I know a lot of people love, and I do not care for right now. But I need to get to know more. I need to get to know her more. This music is a bop. I've heard a lot of people love Shadowheart. I have not really gotten to know her well enough to I think it's also partially because I'm playing Andraste as a cleric of Saloon, which might cause a little bit of conflict in the party when I'm chatting with Shadowheart. So you're all the teams, Danny, is what I'm hearing. I mean, the concept of a why choose story very much exists for this sort of thing. I mean, yeah, that's why it's an armada. It has room for all of the ships, all of them. Now, here's the question: if you're not, if you don't actively like romance a character yourself as your tab, do you have characters that you ship with each other? So, like Astarion and Gale, for example, though that would be funny as heck. Oh, good. The sentient broccoli's back. Hi. Hello, Kitter. Don't know if you all can see this cat here. Just watching and judging. Will and Karlak would be interesting. Although, I mean, Karlak is such a lovely person on her own that I could see her being with just about anyone and it making sense. Because it's just cute. She's such a Labrador Retriever puppy. Shadowheart and Halsin would be interesting. So I haven't gotten into meeting Halsin yet because that's the end of Act 1 from what I'm understanding. Getting into rescuing him. But from what I've seen, what I've heard about him, I'm just like, oh, pretty. Lazy on Asterion would be fascinating. Because they both have just like that incredible arrogance that hides a lot of the insecurity. I would argue that though, Squeal, because a lot of people who have trauma still find romance, still find love and friendship and all of that. So you know, I'd love to see him be happy with someone because he's such a dick, but I get it. I understand him. That's fair. Yeah, I need to play more of the game. I just don't want to play it on stream at this moment because I'm not in a place that I want to like show people what I'm doing. Also, I don't feel... It's weird. I don't feel good enough at that game to stream it, but I'm also going back to games that I'm really bad at playing because it's fun. You know. See, and I adore Gale. Like, I think that's because Gale reminds me so much of both Alistair from Dragon Age Origins and Roland in the D&D game that I played with Keladre. I don't know if full of himself is the way that I would describe him, though, is the thing. I'm glad you like my frame. I found it on Canva. Canva is a great place to find this sort of thing. Oops. Didn't mean to hit him. That's fair. I'm still early enough that I have no judgment really on where... Like, I still have just very basic impressions of all of the characters at this point. But yeah, I love this background frame. I added the little black cat that's in there because it's cute, and you know my black cats hang out. I just love the juxtaposition of the frame that I have and the wildness of the game that's in the frame. That amuses me tremendously. It's also funny when you like if you watch the Noah's Ark 3D stream that I did. What an odd game! What an odd little game, but it fits well within the frame that I have. So you know. Yeah, I need to play more Baldur's Gate 3. Maybe I'll do that this week, and one of the evenings this week instead of streaming. Do that on like Friday night or something. Yeah, mix myself up a drink. Play some Baldur's Gate 3. Oh, the broccoli's back. Welcome back, Sentient Broccoli. Good to see you. And Sherlock's back, curled up around my arm. What's interesting about the library is that it's a long corridor, basically. And so, like, there's only so much that you can be swamped, but you're also kind of trapped. Because you can't go any further up. It does make it easier to decide which way to go, though. It's left or right. Hallway scenes are fun. It's true. Especially with a good stabbing implement. I think I know which hallway scene you're thinking of, Danny, and all I'm going to say about that is dirty bird. Always hashtag blame Danny. Yeah, I'm looking forward to when you get that redone and ready to go out into the world, because it's such good writing. It's so much fun. It shouldn't just be stuck in the corner that it's currently sitting in. More people should see it. You are most welcome. And also, I speak only truth. You're a good writer, my friend. I like your stuff. Oh, there's the book. More book, more book. We're all about the books around here, especially the dangerous ones. Makes life more interesting now, doesn't it? Yeah, I don't have any other gigs currently on my plate until March is the next one that is planned, besides like the audiobooks that I'm working on. I mean, my goal every week is to try to read a book, watch a movie, and watch an episode of Dimension 20. Like, I want to finish the Stoat season, but we'll see. A lot of the like consumption that I'm planning right now is streaming stuff. So, you know, I'm going back and playing a bunch of the games that I played as a kid. Because I have located some of them, and others I'm going to have to do some slightly extra legal techniques in order to get them, because actually preserving media from the past is not high on people's to-do lists, which is irksome. So that's, on my list of things to figure out. Not a lot of actual consumption on my agenda at the moment. Hi, buddy. Besides that, working my way through the Eternal Captain America film list that I need to keep working on. But yeah. We'll see how things go. Yeah. The bird has a twin. The Gemini card is honestly one of my favorites. The problem is that I have a ton of, I'll show you my to-read pile at some point, Danny. I have a ton of things that I want to read. Just at a quick thought, just glancing over at my pile, I can see So Let Them Burn at the top of the pile, which was one of the ones that was affected by that Goodreads review bombing scandal. So I promptly went and pre-ordered it as soon as I found out about it. Drag Me Up is currently sitting on my bedside table because I do love a good Greek myth retelling. And that one, there he is. And that one is a Persephone and Hades retelling. Obviously I've read Legends and Lattes, but I have not read Bookshops and Bone Dust yet. That is also sitting over on that pile that I can only kind of see the corners of. I should go through that list at some point and actually, that pile at some point and actually make a list that is available for other people to see, because I do want to read more. I just have a hard time getting my brain around it. We actually have a community copy of Legends and Lattes that gets passed around our friend group, which is hysterically funny to me. I think I was one of the first ones to pick up Bookshops and Bone Dust. Still haven't read it, but I think I was the first one to pick it up. Viv is pretty great. Maybe that's why I like Karlach so much, because I do like the kind of grumpy, earnest person, fighter with a heart of gold kind of stereotype. So many birds. Got 4 birds going on. Plunged right into that mess. Yeah, I think I passed that copy to Lady Bedivere. I think she has it right now. I think. And then I think the show's gonna pass it on elsewhere. Do you have you picked up Bookshops and Bone Dust, Squeal? I don't remember. I feel like I remember you saying you had. How does it stand up to Legends and Lattes? Because it's a prequel, so how does it stand up knowing that where you're going to end up at the end of it? I mean, that makes sense. It would have to be different, right? Is it good different? Is it different enough to be a little bit off-putting? Is it... What do you think? Besides the comment that everyone seems to have a crush on Viv, which... legit. Okay. I actually kind of like that because one of my light complaints about Legends on Lattes was that it was a bit light on plot, which is fine if that's what you're there for. It is definitely much more of like the cozy romance thing. But I like hearing that there's more plot in Bone Dust. Why I went with Bone Dust and not bookshops, we'll never know. I do like adult and mature romance stories. I think they're interesting. Ping. I just realized the way to attract my cats over to hang out in specific spots that I want them is not to put a comfortable bed or whatever. It's to put a box where I want them to hang out. They are very much box cats. That's really good to know, because I mean a good prequel should feel like it helps you understand better why the person makes the decisions that they do. I think that that's kind of important. No, you got it right the first time. He is Sir Sherlock. I just want the thing. I just want the one. That's good. Because definitely one of the hardest parts about prequels is feeling like, especially if it's a prequel that is published after the main book, and this is something that I think the Star Wars films, the Star Wars prequels got very wrong. I think it's one of the reasons that people didn't like them very much, was that it was like, you didn't really understand what was going on if you didn't know where this kid was going to end up. And that is a danger for, I mean, that's not just the Star Wars problem. There are so many prequels where it's like, you know where they're going to end up, which paints you into a corner to an extent, but also like forces you to be more creative in how you handle the situations. And a lot of people are just not good at that. Which, I mean, reasonably. Storytelling tends to be a bit linear. I mean, in most examples, for a good reason, because you want to follow the character through their progression, and jumping backwards is jarring. I love how these 4 birds are just like wrecking shit, by the way. All of those like colored ribbons that are coming off, that's all the birds. What I need to find is the buff to get them blended and turn into a rainbow burb. Yeah, I haven't read Evaluation yet. I just have not had time or indeed energy, because all reading, it takes me so much energy right now. But I've heard that's one of the things that people enjoyed, was that you handled that well. There it is, the next band. Rainbow Bird. Rainbow Bird for the K-pop. I don't understand K-pop, but I enjoy listening to it. Yes, evolved water. I said burb. It got swallowed up in all of the sound. There's a lot of sound happening right now, especially with all the crashing. Well, right now it's for different colored birds because I have the Gemini card up and running. So I have 2 bird weapons and they each have a twin. Later, if I can get the right freaking buff to get them combined, it'll turn into a rainbow bird and its companion. So much colorful spaghetti. Keep getting all these drops and none of them are the buff that I want. Ah! Gonna have to start banishing here in a minute. I just want that one, because I've only got 1 space left. Just start banishing things. They stop showing up. Go away. I want the other. I want that for the buff for the birds. I feel like they're... I don't remember if I've evolved the spear yet. I should look that one up to see if I have the access to the buffs to do the spear. Oh, you almost got me. Nice try. There we go. I must have already gotten the buff. Ah. And completely forgot. But look at the rainbow! Now I can get another weapon. Let me see, let me see. What card do I want? There we go. All right. Let's start ratcheting up. Got about 8 minutes left, and then after I'm done with this run, I'm gonna close it out for this stream, I think. After we hang out and chat for a few moments. Because I like doing that. I like hanging out and chatting a bit when I'm not, like, doing something else with my hands. That's very true, Squeal. Aftercare is very important. And when I've been blinding you for the last couple of hours with all of the flashbangs. Ugh. Yes. Got that magic wand up there. I know what I said. Still waiting on that tiramisu to show up now. Because that allows me to withstand the Reaper a little bit longer. Just a wee bit, but, you know, every little bit. Yeah, autocorrect is definitely... I love the little drunken gnome trying so hard to help, but it tries and fails so badly, so often. I do love, too, that the rainbow bird can keep leveling up, because all of the rest of the evolved weapons, when you evolve them, that's it. But the rainbow bird keeps getting more powerful. And I love that. Look at those birds all following me. They're so cute. Alright, that's my last banish. Next one I'm gonna have to decide. Ugh. Decisions. I hate making them. Boring. Annoying. Oh, dang it. The tiramisu was in that one and I selected too fast. Alright. Fine. We'll bring up the area of attacks. More gold, more gold. I just love being able to dive through this mess and just keep running. It's great. There are a few things that make me feel more powerful. Yes, give me the fiber. Evil laugh? Me? Never. Yes. Holy wand. Dashing through the skulls with a rainbow on my arm. Oh, now we're into Medusas. Medusae? Medusexes. No, that... No. No, you finish the verse. I'm not a filker. Usually. Ha! Oh, no! Medusa sex bees because they're rock hard. Yep. I walked right into that one. Nose first. Well done, Squeal. Well done. Yeah, very visceral sort of image there, isn't it? Ooh, that was a sudden swarm. Yes, come to me. Run to your death. And then I crash into a table because I can't freaking see it. Oh, no, there's bookshelves there. And a piano. You know, I'm doing really well, and I'm still nowhere near the, like, 100,000 kills I would have to get in order to cross a line for one of the characters. And I don't know, I'm gonna have to look up some strategy guides or something, because, like, I have no idea how to even do that. There is just so much going on here. Holy hell. I picked up Burning Hands in there somewhere. I didn't see it. The fact that I'm not crashing into more furniture is kind of a miracle, to be honest. Because, like, I can kind of see the shapes and the outlines of the bookshelves and the piano, and that's it. Whenever there's a table in my way down here at the bottom, I am in trouble. Because I can't see it. Alright, minute and a half to go. What do we think? Can I hit level 130 with this? Let's find out. Betcha I can. Because I'm leveling really fast at the moment. Just like stomping my way through with the birds. Bird is the word. I'm in a musical kind of mood today, apparently. And there's 130 with a minute yet to go. Go me. Whoop, there's the table. The moment I get self-congratulatory, I run into a table. It's the game's way of keeping me humble. You can't even see my character right now. It is like a red bar underneath all of the other problems going on. Karma's a bitch, and that instant karma's even worse. Because it's like, okay, I understand why, but come on. Alright, 10 seconds to go. And I am at level 142. 43. Yeah, go team. Oh. Memento mori. Memento mori. Do. Ah. All right. That was fun. Let's go ahead and switch over here. Hi, everyone. Thanks again so much for coming and hanging out with me this lovely Sunday. I see that I got a couple followers during the stream. I'm got 6 followers left to go until I hit 50. Very exciting. Very hopeful for that. My various notifications aren't popping to tell me when things happen, but I can see on my phone where I'm keeping track of stuff on the stream that I'm currently at 44 followers. So thank you all truly for coming and hanging out and being part of this weird and wacky adventure that I'm doing of just, you know, coming and doing my own thing. Like, I love the stuff that I do over at Quests and Chaos. Oh, thank you for the follow, Squeal. I truly appreciate it. Got another 5 to go till we hit 50, and that's so exciting. I love the stuff that I get to do with Quest and Chaos. I love the stuff that I get to do over on Majestic Goose Network. But being able to have control over what I'm doing, the kinds of games that I want to play, the content that I want to do, even the time that I get to do it at, where it's just like, oh, I've got, 20 minutes. I can just come and blow things up in Vampire Survivors for an hour or whatever. So I'm definitely experimenting with times that I want to stream, like mid-afternoon on weekends possibly, and maybe early evenings on weekdays. Between having Pacific friends and East Coast friends, it makes it a little challenging. So I don't want to like start at 7 my time, because that's freaking 10 o'clock over on the East Coast, and that is a bit late if I want to get Danny in to hang out with me. But yeah, I'm still figuring stuff out. I'm also looking at doing solo TTRPGs, which is very much in process at the moment. Solo and duet TTRPGs. I'm also thinking about every once in a while doing like late night streams, starting at like 9 o'clock local time, and just playing chill games to fall asleep to. Because I keep weird hours all the time anyway, especially if I don't have a regular schedule going on. So, starting something at, 9 o'clock here and being like, let's listen to some chill music and have, Power Wash Simulator going, or Unpacking, or one of the chill cozy games. I don't know, maybe I'll start something like Stardew Valley. Oh, just something quiet and chill, and then I can just hang out down in this register of my voice and just relax. So, I think all of you are able to message me in one way or another. If through no other way than through Twitch and whatnot. But yeah, that's an idea. Squeal. Maybe I'll start at like 8 o'clock at night, since that's when they usually actually make it into bed, and just chat. Just hang out. So, I'm still figuring stuff out. We'll see where things go. But for now, thank you all so much for joining me. And I look forward to the next time that we all get to hang out. Chat and catch you later.